What is going on, everybody? Last NASCAR fan here, and welcome back to another Dorm Diecast review. And we got a very interesting older diecast review we're going to be looking at. The car itself, very mass-produced, so it's not much of a rare car, but it's actually a car that has a lot of really good, I would say, reputation, as well as look at the eye. Like, a lot of people will notice that paint scheme, and it'll remind them of what was good old days from the NASCAR, once NASCAR Busch Series. As I stated before, it's not really much of a rare car because it was produced both as a promo and in retail. And today's example is the 1994 Elton Sawyer Ford Credit Ford Thunderbird Busch Series car. Yeah. So pretty much like you were able to get this at like probably any Ford dealer. It's the Ford Credit red carpet lease scheme. Because the sponsor would come to Dale Jarrett and Robert Yates Racing at before 1996, pretty much. But this is kind of like the predecessor of people knowing that sponsor that helped Jarrett throughout from 1996 to 2000 before UPS took over as the primary sponsor for the next 6 years at Robert Yates Racing. But yeah, let's get this car out of the package. Elton Sawyer himself was a very prominent, decent Busch Series driver. Finished primarily well. Didn't really have too many issues, like on track, off track. He drove for a lot of numerous teams as well, not just the 38, but he also drove that number 98 scheme, the Z Starter car in 2001, which had a bunch of like college sponsors, which also had diecast produced. A bunch of diecast produced from that. So that's one of my goals is to find all of them, because I have the University of Wisconsin, UW-Madison, University of Wisconsin-Madison Badger scheme. I think that one's pretty cool because that one was ran at the Milwaukee Mile. But I'm kind of getting off topic a little, because let's get into the car itself. So you get the car, a stand, and you get a card. Yay! So you got Elton Sawyer, his hometown, Norfolk, Virginia. Born November 5th, 1959. He ended up actually marrying Patty Moyes, who was also a NASCAR Busch Series driver at the time. So Sawyer and Patty Moyes, they've been married for over, almost 35 years, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Paint scheme itself, white, red, and blue. I really like the paint scheme itself. You got the Hoosier tires because this was the end of the Hoosier-Goodyear tire war of the early 90s, with Goodyear winning because Hoosier tires turned out to be more dangerous. Than Goodyear tires itself, because it killed a lot of drivers in test crashes, as well as injured a lot of drivers in test crashes. Good Lord, the dust on this car. This car really needed to get out of the package. Jesus Christ. Ford Credit, Ford on the front hood, and then you got your Ford logo. No Thunderbird, though. They didn't start adding like the Thunderbird decal until 95. Hoosier tire logos. Pretty old, though, for racing champion cars, though, because they're prominent when in package to see paint chipping or being removed because of how old the car is. Like, these were meant to be, like, taken out day one and just played the hell out of with. More associate logos. No Busch logo because racing champions were pussies. Ford logo, Motorcraft, Prestone, 76 fuel. That's pretty cool. Goodies, Simpson, Start, something else. You got Elton Sawyer on that driver pillar. Nothing on the pillars, really much. Driver sponsor, Ford Credit Ford. Red carpet lease on the side. It's really weird how that paint scheme is kind of like a road stripe. I don't know why, but I really like it. I really think this would be a really good idea for a throwback. Ryan Sieg Racing, this would be a really good throwback to replicate. I don't see a problem with Joe Graf Jr. doing. Nothing on the decklet, unfortunately, and then you got red carpet lease on the TV panel, along with the 38, and then it's pretty much a black interior because Racing Champions is just really naturally cheap, and they didn't really start having like clear inside, like clear indoor, like inner cockpits until like 1990, late 96, early 97, which kind of helped Racing Champions become much better, because Racing Champions pretty much in the early 90s wasn't really the hot item. It was more of Pit Stop and Matchbox were like the more prominent diecast manufacturers to be a part of what was a bigger NASCAR diecast market. Whereas now we just have Lionel completely ruining everything. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for brand new videos, and I will see you in the next diecast review. Take care, everyone. Have a good one. Keep on collecting.